Welcome to Math with Huang. Today we're going to look at the measure of spread, lesson number 2 on variance and standard deviation. Now, last time we looked at the range and the IQR. The problem is using just the range or the IQR as a measure of spread is somewhat limited because both of those calculations involve only two values. And it's ignoring the effect of all the other data that has effect on the spread, of the data that's presented. So today we're going to look at two other ways of measuring spread, which takes into account all data values in a particular data set. And those are the standard deviation and the variance. What is the variance? Well, the variance is actually a calculation measuring the difference between every single point and the mean and adding them up in the sum and then divide by the number of data points, right? So another word is the variance is the average of the squares of the distance from the mean. And the standard deviation really is the square root of the variance so that the standard deviation would have the same unit as the data points or the mean itself. So let's take a look at a particular question. Here you're given a bunch of data points. They are age of squash players in the Junior National Squash Championship. Now I pick one where it has a frequency table. So one way of doing it is you type 11 twice, 12 once, 13 4 times, 14 5 times, and so on and so forth. But there's another way of entering such data into the graphing calculator. What you do is you press Stat Edit on your calculator, which will bring you to the screen, right? And you're going to go into L1 and L2, where you enter the age into L1 and the frequency into L2, like this. Now that you have the data into your graphing calculator, the next thing you do is press Stat, move over to Calc, and pick the first one variable statistics, which will bring you to the screen where it says List, Frequency List, and then Calculate. Make sure L1, which is the age, is your list, and the frequency is in L2. So type in L1 and L2. And then you're ready to calculate. Press Calculate, and your calculator would give you a list of statistical values, of which you will be given the mean being the first number right here. This is the symbol for the mean or the average. It's 14.48, which we round off to 3 sig fig would be 14.5. And then we need this particular one. This one is your standard deviation. So standard deviation is about 1.75 when you round off 3 sig fig. Now you may ask, where is the variance? Well, the variance is not directly given from the graphing calculator. However, variance is equal to the square of the standard deviation. So you just take whatever you have in the standard deviation and square it. And round off the 3 sig fig, I get 3.05. So that's how you find the mean, the standard deviation, and the variance by using a graphing calculator. Thank you for watching.